Hi there, this is Matt Scalise, Doctor of Physical Therapy, McKenzie Spine Rehab Specialist, and Orthopedic Certified Specialist. Physics. The mere mention of the word often causes a rise in one's heart rate or a bead of sweat to form on one's brow. I can remember very distinctly sweating through some stressful physics tests during my college years. Well, I want to make this a more pleasant experience for you. Specifically, I want to show how physics can help make some of your day-to-day chores less stressful, less risky on your low back. This is a two-part series talking about physics. In this first part, we're going to talk about how physics can help you with carrying different objects, carrying it in a way less stressful to your low back. And in part two, we're going to talk about how you can utilize physics to help you with day-to-day activities that require physically pushing something away from you or pulling an object towards you. So without further ado, let's take a closer look. So the principle of physics that applies with carrying has all to do with levers. What that means is the longer the lever, the longer the displacement of the object away from your spine, the more stress placed upon it. As the lever arm gets smaller, as the object is placed closer to your body, the less stress placed on your low back. In other words, as you're playing with that child, it makes sense to keep the child not far away from your spine, but keep them as close to you as possible. Not only does levers have to do with objects in front of you, but also has to do with carrying objects to your side. Take, for instance, carrying luggage or carrying groceries. When you're doing such tasks, it's important to make the subtle adjustment of keeping the object as snug as possible to your trunk, as snug as possible to your legs. Just slightly having your arms displaced out to the side places significant strain on your low back. So remember, carrying objects to your side, keep them flush. So we just got done demonstrating the importance of carrying objects close to your body as opposed to a longer lever arm away from your spine. So let's assume that object is already close to your body. How you handle that object makes a difference in terms of stress on your low back. So for instance, in this scenario, the displacement of the object away from my spine is small. Not a lot of strain on my low back. If I were to choose to carry this object like so, with a further displacement, more strain on my low back. Likewise, holding it in this way, with an even further displacement, places more strain on my low back. So when realistic, depending on where the handles are and what is placed within the object, you want to try to keep the displacement as small as possible. Now let's talk about carrying objects of a tubular nature. In this situation, you want to make sure that you hold the object as close as possible to the midline, from the middle of the object. Just carrying the object ever so slightly to the left or the right increases the lever arm in that direction and places more strain on my low back. So think ahead and make sure that you take your time in carrying these objects from the middle. So this concludes video number 1 on how physics can help relieve stress on your low back. It's Matt Scalise, Doctor of Physical Therapy, speaking on behalf of the Global Exercise Group.